Sense a hello, Jamal.
Very good.
And 9.
So ask the voice to identify itself.
Higher self.
Higher self, very good. So I'd like the higher self to represent itself in a physical form for Jamal today. What form would you like to take? It could be one of the things that he's seen before. It could be one of those lions. It could be the eagle.
They both came through.
Very good.
That's where I'm sitting here.
Very good. Very good.
It said lion and then eagle came into the mind also.
Excellent, excellent. We're connected. Very good. So what has been happening to Jamal with all of this astral travel, all of these things that he's been experiencing lately?
It's been exploring.
For what purpose? What's the purpose of him exploring?
Showing him the different parts of who he is.
Okay. So what is the part that is here today that he needs to explore?
Contents of his consciousness.
Okay, very good. So let's do that. Let's explore that aspect of his consciousness. I want you to imagine in front of you a door. You can make this door very ornate or very plain. Describe to me the door that leads to this aspect. What does it look like to you?
It's a black door.
A black door. Does it have anything on it?
Plain.
Does it have a handle or a knob?
Brownish knob.
Okay, very good. So I'd like for you to go up to the door, and I'm going to count from 1 to 3. That door will be opening away from you. And when I get to number 3, you will walk through it and tell me what's there. I don't want you to analyze or even think about what's there. Just tell me exactly what you experience. 1, the door begins to open. 2, to that aspect of your consciousness. And 3, walk on through. What's the first thing you notice?
Light.
Does the light have any particular color?
It's a white light.
White light, very good. Tell me more about this light.
I don't see anything but just light.
Okay. Does the light have any movement?
No.
No, very good. So as you walk into this light, I want you to immerse yourself into this light. Allow yourself to be filled with this light and begin to walk through it. Imagine as if this light were a big white fog. Walk on through. And on the other side of this light, you'll tell me what's there. What's the first thing you notice? Where are you?
Still more fog.
Keep going. Just allow yourself to float.
I sense a cliff.
Very good. Continue.
There's greenery underneath.
Mm-hmm.
There's an edge.
Yes. What's beyond the cliff?
Skies.
Mm-hmm. Look down at yourself. What do you look like here?
I don't have any shoes on.
Okay. What do your feet look like?
They're brown.
Mm-hmm. Tell me more.
My toes are sitting in the grass.
Mm-hmm. Are they male or female clothes? Don't think about it, just know
They
it.
felt female.
Female, yes. Mm-hmm. Look at your body. You could see it now clearly. What do you look like?
I see my arms.
Mm-hmm. Take a look at your hands.
My hands.
What do the hands look like?
They're thin.
Mm-hmm. Turn them around. Notice if these hands are soft or calloused.
Soft.
Mm-hmm. Are you wearing anything on your arms? Any ornaments?
Jewelry around the wrist.
Mm-hmm. What does it look like to you?
Beads and leather.
Mm-hmm. Take a look at your legs. What do your legs look like?
Jewelry around my ankles.
Mm-hmm.
Similar to the wrist.
Similar, yes. Notice the rest of your body. What do you look like? Are you wearing any other clothing besides the one on the ground?
Seem to be wearing some sort of a piece.
Mm-hmm. What kind of
Maybe even a one piece.
a one piece? Mm-hmm. What is it made out of? Just touch it.
Soft.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure I know the material.
Mm-hmm. What else do you notice about yourself? Are you young or old?
I'm young.
Mm-hmm. How many years have you been alive?
'23, 24 comes to mind.
Very good. Notice your head. You could touch your hair.
Long.
Mm-hmm.
Black.
Long black hair. Is it straight?
Straight.
Straight. Very good. So now that we know what you look like, what is it that you're doing by this cliff?
I get a sense that I was going to jump.
Mm-hmm. What about now?
I'm just standing here.
Mm-hmm. What happens next?
I turn around.
Mm-hmm. Where do you go?
The village that I was from.
Mm-hmm. So let's do something. I'm going to count backwards from 3 to 1. And you're going to go to the beginning of what caused you to even think about going to that cliff. How this all began with you. When I get to number 1, you'll be at the beginning of this story. 3, 2, and 1. How does this all begin? Notice where you are.
Inside of a room.
Mm-hmm.
I get a sense that I just had a fight.
Yes. Who were you fighting?
A parental figure.
Mm-hmm. Yes. What is the fight about?
I don't know, but I felt a sense of rejection.
Mm-hmm. What do you do next?
Go for a walk.
Mm-hmm. Tell me more.
I think about the cliff.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I contemplated it before.
Yes. Continue. Just describe everything that's happening.
I feel like I just want to be free.
Mm-hmm. Say that again.
I feel like I want to be free.
Yes.
Jumping off this cliff represents freedom.
Mm-hmm. Tell me more. What do you do next?
I'm just sort of walking through a pasture area.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
As I contemplate in my mind.
Mm-hmm. What are the thoughts that are going through your mind?
Tired of the situation I'm in.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Don't want to be constricted anymore.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I want to let go.
And how is it that you let go?
To end it.
Mm-hmm. So what do you do?
I jump.
I want you to feel your body as you jump. I want you to just feel everything. I want you to feel as you hit the bottom. What part of your body has been hit first?
My face.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Then my torso area.
Mm-hmm. And as your body is feeling this, I want you to notice what's going on with your organs as your body is trying to still breathe.
It's trembling.
Mm-hmm. What happens next to your body? Feel your lungs.
Start to bleed.
Mm-hmm. Feel your heart. And what is the last thing that your brain thinks before your soul leaves that body?
I did it.
Mm-hmm. Where does your soul go after you say, I did it?
So we're looking at the body.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So are you truly free?
Yes. I realize I always was.
Mm-hmm. So I want you to go to those people that you were having an argument with, the ones that made you want to be free. I want your soul to go to them and talk to them. Who are these that made you feel so bad?
Mother.
Mm-hmm. I want you to talk to your mother. Tell her exactly how you feel about her conduct with you.
I couldn't bear to be controlled any longer.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to be free, and I'm free now.
But Mother, you took all of my power from me. You took so much power. You fed off of my energy to give you your power. Tell her you want that power back.
Mother, I want that power back.
Take it. Take back your power.
I take back my power.
It's not yours.
It's not yours.
Fill yourself with your power once again.
I feel it.
And now that you have your own power, you can look into her eyes. The eyes are the window to the soul.
I love you.
Mm-hmm. Can you forgive her for not knowing?
I forgive you.
Mm-hmm. Do those eyes look familiar to you? Have you seen them before?
I don't remember.
Mm-hmm.
They do look familiar.
Yes. Is there anyone else that has taken your power away? Or was it just her? Notice how your soul feels.
I sense that there are.
Mm-hmm. So I want you to round up those souls. Round them up and tell them the same thing. That because of them, they took all your power away. They took your ability to love life and to continue, and you want that power back.
I want that power back.
Take it. Take back your power.
I take back my power.
It's mine.
It's mine.
And as you take back your power, you'll feel your soul getting stronger and stronger. And now I want you to go back to that body of yours, the one that is on the bottom of that cliff, and use that light to fix.
My body stands up.
Mm-hmm. Very good. And now take your soul into the light, full, complete, knowing that with the death of that body, that experience is over. And now that that experience is over, it doesn't affect your soul any longer. You are whole once again. You have your power back. And as you go into the light, you'll be met by your guides. What do they say?
Very good.
Mm-hmm. What was the purpose of having lived that life with so many boundaries and restrictions?
The experience of feeling powerless.
Mm-hmm. How is that experience now affecting the life as Jamal?
There are times where Jamal feels powerless.
Mm-hmm.
there are other times where he feels very powerful.
Yes. What advice do you give him to balance this out so that he doesn't jump off a cliff?
Power cannot be taken.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Very good. Is this something in his life or his lifetimes that he's working on, power?
It is.
Okay. So I'd like for you to go to another moment in time in which you are faced with this issue of power once again. It could be in this life or another life. I'm going to count from 3 to 1 as you go to that life. 3, 2, and 1. Where are you?
I'm a little kid.
Mm-hmm. Is it this body or somebody else's?
It's this body.
Okay, how old are you there?
I'm 5.
Mm-hmm. What's happening?
Feeling as if I'm being bullied by all around me.
Mm-hmm. Who's bullying you?
Kids.
Mm-hmm. What are they saying to you?
That I'm dirty.
Mm-hmm. What do you do when they tell you that you're dirty?
I drop my head.
Mm-hmm. So I want to ask you something. When someone says to you that you're dirty, is that the truth?
No.
No. So I want you to tell yourself that's not true. And who would you like to talk to about this? Do you want to talk to your grandma? Your mommy?
It was as if I said, that's not true.
Mm-hmm.
I grew in size.
Very good. Very good. So now that you've grown in size, how old are you there?
Since 14.
Okay. What's happening? Who are you with? Where are you?
I sense that I'm outside.
Mm-hmm. Yes? Tell me more.
Looking around, but I don't see anyone.
Mm-hmm. So I want you to look inside and tell me what you see inside. What's going on with you? What are you feeling?
Alone.
Alone. Mm-hmm. And when you're alone, how does that make you feel?
Sad.
Mm-hmm.
Without friends.
Without friends, yes. And when you're alone and feel sad and you don't have friends, what is it that you're thinking? What do you say to yourself?
Wishing I had friends to love me for me.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So think about all of these things. When you're alone, feel sad, don't have any friends, and you wish that you had friends that would see you just for you. How is that now affecting you as an adult? What does it make you do?
Retreat within.
Yes. And when you retreat within, how does that affect you? What does it make you do?
Disconnect.
And when you disconnect, what does that prevent you from doing?
Living.
So I'm going to talk to the adult Jamal. Adult Jamal, I want you to talk to this boy. He's 14. He's feeling alone. He has no friends. It seems that no one loves him for who he is. I want you to talk to him like the father he didn't receive any backing from. I'd like for you to talk to him and explain to him how this is affecting his life. Talk to this boy.
I love you.
Tell him the truth. Is he really alone?
No.
No. So tell him the truth about that.
You never really are alone.
And does it
You're with those around you all the time.
Yes, and is
That's
it
loving you, supporting you.
very good? And is it beneficial for him to be sad?
No.
No. Tell him the truth about being sad.
It's giving your power away.
So what do you tell him? What advice do you give him about that? Give him some of your wisdom about that.
No one could ever take your power away.
And tell him what happens when you get sad and you lower your vibration.
When you get sad, and you lower your vibration, you become more separate from who you really are.
Yes.
You allow yourself to sink into a moment where more of the same just starts to bleed in.
Yes.
It's almost like a hole that sucks you in, feeds on you.
So tell him how to avoid being sucked into that hole so he doesn't give his power away.
As you start to feel yourself happening, you feel the emotions well up in your heart. Know and understand that you're loved. You're surrounded by love. Feel into that. Know that.
Yes. And tell him about his feelings about not having friends. Explain to him how he's different.
You are different. You don't see life the way others see life. They judge you for it. But understand, the judgments is just how they feel, because it's different.
Mm-hmm.
And what's different is where the judgment comes in for them.
Yes.
But be proud of your difference. Be proud of who you are. And there will be friends who will come along, who will love you for who you are, accept you for who you are, because they too are different.
Yes.
They realize and understand it.
So
We actually all are.
So ask him what it is that he needs right now from you.
A hug.
Give him a big hug. And feel him melting into your arms, releasing all of that sadness. And I want you to hug him so much that you could just envelop him into your heart and keep him safe. Allowing him to be the teenager he's always meant to be. Happy, curious, fun. Very good. And with that, I'm going to once again count from 3 back to 1. And you'll go to another moment in time in which that power seemed to just flow away. 3, 2, and 1. Where are you?
Appear to be on a hill.
Mm-hmm. Tell me more.
Seems to be a dirt hill.
Mm-hmm. How old are you there?
Young 20s.
Mm-hmm. Is it the same body you have now?
No.
Mm-hmm. What do you look like there? Are you male, female?
Male.
Mm-hmm. Tell me more. What are you doing on that hill?
Working.
Mm-hmm. What kind of work do you do there? See yourself working. What do you do?
Seems like a gardening, but I don't think I'm gardening. I'm swagging and
Yes.
digging into the ground.
Mm-hmm. Do you work by yourself, or are there others with you?
There's others, but they're a little bit far off.
Mm-hmm. See yourself doing that and explain to me what it is that you do. What
sort of planting?
Mm-hmm. Are you planting crops?
don't like herbs.
Okay. Do you do this for yourself, or do you do this for others?
I sense others.
How do you feel about doing this work for others? Do you enjoy this work?
I don't mind it. Provides a living.
Yes, very good. Let's find out a little bit about your living and where it is that you live. I want you to advance to the place in which you call home in that lifetime. I'm going to count to 3 and you'll be there. 1, 2, and 3. Where do you live?
A house on a hillside.
Do you live by yourself, or are there others with you?
Married with kids.
Tell me more.
2 kids. Girl and a boy.
How do you feel about your family?
I love them.
So let's find out about what happens to you in that life. I'm going to count forward from 1 to 3. When I get to number 3, you'll go to the next poignant point in that life when something happens. 1, 2, and 3. Where are you? What's happening?
I sense an argument with a friend.
Yes. What happens next?
I begin to fight.
What is it you're fighting with?
I have some sort of weaponry in my hand.
What do you do next?
I kill him.
What happens next?
I have an overwhelming feeling I just took a life.
Yes. What happens next?
I run.
Where do you go when you run?
Into the field.
What happens next?
There are those looking for me.
Yes, continue.
Hiding out in the shed.
What happens next?
I'm found. There were dogs let out.
Yes. So you were hunted down. What happens next?
I'm to be killed.
Where do they take you?
It's an area, almost like a slaughter area.
What is it that they're slaughtering there?
People.
How do they slaughter them? What do they use?
It's a sword, but not a sword. It's different. Dripping through the heart.
So I want you to go to the moment right before you're slaughtered. And tell me what's around you.
My family. My daughter's crying. My son's holding her.
What happens next?
They watch.
I want you to feel it in your body.
As it drives in, my body projects forward. My shoulders, my arms, they all, as if my feet, everything clenches outward
Yes.
as it drives me back.
And I want you to notice if that man that you killed is anywhere nearby. Find him.
It's off to the left, watching.
I want you to talk to him. What do you tell this man whose life you took?
I'm sorry.
And notice.
It wasn't until I drove it through and I felt it that I knew.
And notice all of the power that you took from this man. You took his life. You took his future. You took everything from him. What do you say to him? Are you ready to give him back his power?
Yes.
All right. So go ahead and pull that from your own energetic field. And look into his eyes. Do you recognize those eyes? Have you seen them before?
No.
Good. Notice what happens as you're giving him back his power.
He lights up.
Allow him to go in peace. And now talk to your wife and your children. What do you want to say to them?
I love you. Forgive me.
So I want you to take that soul now into the light, knowing that with the death of that body, that experience is over. And as that experience is now over, it won't affect any other lifetime that you're living. And as you're in the light, you could look back at that experience, that lifetime. What did you learn from it?
Gave my power away to anger.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So what decision did you make as a soul to bring into the life as Jamal to correct that?
Situations where that will make me angry.
Mm-hmm.
But still allow me to speak my mind.
Yes. Very good. So allow that soul to stay in the light. And we're going to go back into time. I'm going to count backwards from 5 to 1 as that soul finds its way into your mother's womb. 5. Drifting back now. 4. 3. 2. And 1. You're inside of your mother's womb. How does it feel to be there?
Scary.
Mm-hmm. What is your mommy thinking or talking about while you're there?
She's scared.
Mm-hmm. And when your mommy's scared, how does that make you feel?
Scared too.
Mm-hmm. And what does your father think or say when he finds out that you're there?
He's questioning me.
Mm-hmm. Yes. How does that make you feel?
I don't like him.
Mm-hmm. And I want you to notice when you say I don't like him, what decision do you make about him?
Rejection.
Mm-hmm. Very good. So let's move forward. You're a little bit bigger inside of your mommy. It's not time to be born yet. You're still very little, but something happens to impact you. 1, moving forward, 2, and 3. What's happening?
My mother's with a boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
He's violent. He hit her in the stomach.
And how does that make you feel?
Scared.
Mm-hmm. So as you're feeling scared about this, what decision do you make about life so far?
Scary.
Mm-hmm.
They're scary people.
They're scary people, yes. Let's move forward a little bit more to the next important moment inside of your mother. I'm going to count from 1 to 3. When I get to number 3, you'll be at that moment. 1, 2, and 3. What's happening?
She's fighting with her sister.
Mm-hmm. How is this making you feel?
They're over the father.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
She doesn't want me.
Mm-hmm. Your mom doesn't want you?
I'm a burden.
Mm-hmm. So when you know that your mommy thinks that you're a burden, how does that make you feel?
Sad.
Mm-hmm. Notice at that moment when you get those feelings from mom, what are your physical reactions? When your mom says you're a burden.
It's like a ripple.
Mm-hmm.
That ripples through my energetic body.
Yes.
I feel it.
And how does this ripple affect your emotional state?
Chaotic.
Mm-hmm. And as you're feeling this, what's going through your mind? What are your mental reactions? When you hear, I'm a burden.
I don't want to go out there.
Mm-hmm. So now you've grown to term. It's time to come out. You begin to feel the contractions squeezing around you. You know it's time. What are you feeling? What's happening?
Scared.
Mm-hmm. Notice the position of your body. What's happening with your body?
Being squeezed.
Mm-hmm. And what's happening with your mommy?
She's yelling.
Mm-hmm. How does that affect you?
I'm more scared.
Mm-hmm. Feel the squeezing getting tighter and tighter as you make your way into the world. What happens next?
Lights.
Mm-hmm. Who's there? Who's the first one you see?
My grandma.
Mm-hmm. What does she say when she sees you?
She calls me precious.
Mm-hmm. How does that make you feel?
I feel her love.
Mm-hmm. Yes. What happens next to you?
They give me to my mom.
Mm-hmm. What do you sense from her?
I sense love from her too.
Mm-hmm. So I want you to take the moment and speak to her soul. You're just a little baby. You can't speak with words. And I want you to explain to her everything that you felt from inside of her. All of the feelings, all of the words. Talk to her. Be truthful.
It was a lot for me to take on.
Mm-hmm.
To feel, to sense. The feeling of not being wanted.
Yes.
The feeling of rejection before being born.
Yes. And you can explain to your mother that at that moment, although you felt some love, that you didn't feel that strong connection. You didn't feel that feminine energy coming through her. The divine feminine energy that is your birthright to receive at birth. Tell her that you need that now to feel complete.
I need that now.
Take it from her.
To feel complete.
And as that feminine energy flows through her, you'll see that behind her is the soul of her mother, sending you the energy through her. And behind her is her mother. 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 All of that divine feminine energy flowing through to you. Breathe it in. And now that you have that divine feminine energy, I want your soul to talk to your father and explain to your father how you felt, knowing what he thought, knowing how he felt. Tell him the truth.
I felt unwanted.
Mm-hmm.
I felt abandoned. I felt like getting a fight.
Mm-hmm. And as a father, you were supposed to give me that masculine, that divine masculine energy.
Yes.
That would take me through life to make me feel secure as a man.
Yes.
And you never gave me that. And although you may not be there in my life, but I carry your DNA, and I want that energy now. Tell him.
That energy now.
Take it from him. Take that divine masculine energy and see that behind him is his father, and his father behind him, and his father behind him, and his father behind him. Take that divine masculine energy that is your birthright. Breathe it in. It's yours. And now that you have that divine masculine and feminine energy feeling complete, I want you to think back on these feelings that you felt inside when you felt that ripple of being a burden, feeling the chaotic emotions, not wanting to come out. How is that now affecting you as an adult? What does that make you do?
Sometimes question if someone truly loved me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so when you question that, what does that prevent you from doing?
Again, it's a form of me giving away my power.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Very good. So it's time to take your power back. It's time to disconnect from your mother's energetic field. I want you to take one hand and wrap it around your umbilical cord. And with the other hand, you're going to cut that cord, severing all of those insecurities, all of those feelings of being a burden, all of those fears that you had right from the beginning. Tell me when you're ready.
I'm ready.
All right, I'm going to count from 1 to 3. When I get to number 3, I want you to physically cut that cord. 1, 2, and 3. Cut it.
I cut it.
Very good. And begin to breathe on your own now. No longer connected to those insecurities. And you could feel now that connection directly from the source. You can feel now your true mission in this lifetime before being hindered by all those fears. What was the purpose of picking these parents that would reject you? What did you need to learn from them?
I sense it's a deep dive into separation.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
To be separated, not just from my source, but the source as a child, being the mom.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So what is it that this soul needed to learn by feeling that separation once again?
I'm never separate.
Mm-hmm.
The source, that perception of just separate is just perceived.
Mm-hmm.
It's there. I feel it. It's flowing through.
Yes. So feel that flow. Feel how connected you are. And I want your soul to go to where it is that you feel truly at home. I'm going to count from 1 to 3. When I get to number 3, you will be at home. 1. Feeling your soul moving towards that place. 2. And 3. What is this place?
Sunlight and flowers.
Mm-hmm. Yes. What color are these flowers?
Pink.
Mm-hmm.
Red, orange.
Mm-hmm. What else do you notice from this place?
Goes for miles.
Mm-hmm. What do you look like when you're in this place?
I'm young.
Mm-hmm.
Teenage.
Mm-hmm.
Female.
Mm-hmm. Look at your hands, look at your legs. What kind of form do you take?
White complexion.
What is it?
A white complexion.
A white complexion. Mm-hmm. What else do you notice?
I like to play.
Mm-hmm. How are you dressed in this place?
I had originally sensed that I had some sort of a short set, and then it turned into a dress.
Mm-hmm. Is it a short or long dress?
It's short.
Mm-hmm. What is this place where you are, where you're playing in the flowers?
I sense it's grandma's house.
Mm-hmm. Tell me more.
I love coming here.
Mm-hmm.
I run free with my arms open.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like I'm flying.
Wonderful. Is there anyone there playing with you?
No.
Mm-hmm.
There are horses around.
Mm-hmm. Do you play with the horses?
Sometimes I do.
Mm-hmm. And in this place, what do they call you? What is your name there?
The name Umbrella.
Umbrella?
With an A.
Umbrella.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful. So Umbrella, I want you to go to your grandma's house and tell me what it looks like.
It's a big house.
Mm-hmm. What's it made out of?
Stone.
What is it?
Stone.
Stone. Mm-hmm. Tell me more about it.
Big front door.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of windows.
Yes.
Both sides of the house, the left and the right.
Mm-hmm. So he gets a lot of sunshine. What's inside?
It's open.
Mm-hmm.
It's a big kitchen. Grandma's baking.
Mm-hmm. What did your grandma look like?
It's around 60.
Mm-hmm.
Just curly hair.
Curly hair. And look into her eyes. Do you recognize those eyes?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Whose eyes are those?
My grandma's.
Mm-hmm. I want you to feel her love.
I do.
Mm-hmm. What does your grandma tell you?
She tells me she loves me.
Mm-hmm.
Asked that I had a good time outside.
Yes.
And that she was baking cookies.
Mm-hmm. You like those cookies that she bakes?
Indeed.
Yes. Do you live there with your grandma?
I do.
Mm-hmm. Who else lives there? Are there any people or pets?
Just the animals around.
Okay, the horses.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Good. So take a moment and sit down with your grandma and eat your cookies. And I'm sure that you came to Grandma's house for her to talk to you. What does she say?
I'm strong, beautiful, and bright.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
That I have a huge heart to share with the world.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Don't be afraid to show the world your heart.
Mm-hmm. Good. So I want you to notice if you've made any agreement with your grandma to be with her in different lifetimes.
I have.
Mm-hmm. So ask her, how is it that you both made it possible to be in the lifetime as Jamal?
He served as a guide for me.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Did you know that you were going to need her in this life?
I did.
Mm-hmm. So how does she serve as a guide now?
I still feel her love come through
Mm-hmm.
when needed.
Yes. Yes. Grandma, do you have anything to do with the Pleiades?
I do.
Mm-hmm. Is that the place where your house is?
She's laughing. One of many.
One of many. Very good. Do you think it'd be a good idea to take Jamal over to see his family in the Pleiades?
He's been there many a time.
He's been there many times. Okay, very good. So let's go and see what it is that we need to do to unblock completely what he wants unblocked. What is it that he needs to do in order to get to the state where he is completely open?
Allow himself to be himself.
Mm-hmm.
Allow his heart to be open.
Yes. What's keeping him from opening up?
Fear.
Fear. Well, today we noticed that there were many different lifetimes in which he was in a fearful position. Is there anything else that he needs to work on right now in order to face that fear?
To face it head on.
Mm-hmm.
Fear is just the cloud that you walk through.
Good.
Once you're inside of this cloud or this fog, it loses all power. You come to the realization that it was nothing but smoke and mirrors. You open up and allow it to come flooding in.
Mm-hmm. So how close is he to that point where
he needs to take the step?
Okay.
He needs to walk forward as he comes to that point.
Okay. Can we do a dry run of it today? So when he gets to that point, he can do it.
We can.
All right. So I'd like for you to create for him that fog. That moment of unknowingness, not knowing what's ahead. And just describe to me what happens as you take him through.
Fear of exposing himself to the world.
Mm-hmm.
That fog is just an illusion.
Mm-hmm.
It's the fear of being accepted. The fear of being rejected. Take one step forward into it.
All right.
Let's just feel. As we sit and we feel, we realize that nothing's happening.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing can happen or will happen. As we take another step, we feel into it more. And realize that that which you're feared, you're in the middle of. And you're safe. And you're loved. And in this realization, you can release. And open up. And allow yourself to be who you are.
Feel it. Feel your soul as it truly is. Not allowing any feelings of rejection, just repelling them, growing with them, walking into them. Notice how big your soul is.
I feel the truth is we're seen by all.
Mm-hmm.
There's a fear of being seen, but the reality is that we're always seen. And we're seen by all.
Good. Is there any other advice that you would like to give Jamal today?
Don't be afraid to be flamboyantly you. Let your voice be heard.
Very good. Is there anything else, or do you feel that we are complete?
Release all doubts.
Is that all?
That's all.
Very good. Thank you very much. 5, wide awake, completely alert, feeling wonderful all over. Welcome back. How was it?
It was good.
Good journey?
Yeah, it was good.
So your moment with your grandma,
Yeah.
that was nice.
Yeah, it was.
It was like a big house and flowers. And you want to keep this private?
It doesn't matter to me. Yeah, to me it doesn't matter.
So you want to share it?
Sure.
We're going to take some parts out
Yeah.
that are personal.
Yeah. No, I don't mind sharing.
Okay.
That was part of it. My grandma was at the end was just showing your face to the world or just exposing yourself to,
Yeah.
you know.
That's the biggest fear.
It is.
You and so many others.
It is. It is. And I think I know it because, well, I felt it because one of the other things is that I woke in, I've gotten in from just a number of different psychics as well as the Palladians was like, you're being prepared for something. And I'm like, well, what is this thing? You know, it's always...
They're not going to tell you.
It's not. And it just allows it to unfold on whatever it is whatever it is. But for me, it's more of an anxiousness of, all right, let's get started. And it was a couple of times it was like, well, just take a step. And I was like, I don't want to take a step. I don't want to, or that, it wasn't that I didn't want to take a step. It's like, well, that doesn't feel right. That, you know, I figured it should be an effortless step, whatever step I take.
You can make it, you fall back in the same patterns of fear of rejection.
Right.
And you have to get past that fear.
Yes.
But they're going to give you the same lessons so that it makes it easier and easier and easier to walk through that fear of rejection.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. No, and that's what it is. It is that fear of rejection.
What they're going to think about me.
Ejection, abandonment, which played out very, you know.
Same thing.
It's sort of and I get it.
Good.
That is the illusionary pieces or components of it.
All right. Well, that was quite a session.
No, it definitely was.
So tell everybody where you live.
In Florida, in the outside of the Tampa area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what did you think about that? It was pretty wild.
It was, it was very interesting. You know, I went through a point through my journey. I thought I was done with just shedding tears and things of emotions and stuff because I've had so much of that. But as I started to sort of dive in, I got a little deeper into it all. And, you know, there were some things that as I hit it, it was almost like a feeling of just piercing through another level, another layer. And then as that layer got pierced, you felt the emotions of it just started sort of flowing through. It was like, wow, okay, that's where that came from. That feeling, that sort of sense that I had.
Yeah. So Jamal is very good at putting himself into a trance. It was very easy for you to go into hypnosis, right? I mean, you felt...
Yeah.
What did it feel like to you?
Deep meditation.
Deep meditation, yeah. So everybody feels different, but he is able to put himself in trance, and he meditates a lot. So I think that helps.
Yeah.
Do you recommend that for other people?
The meditative part?
Yeah.
For those who are called to it, definitely meditation. I love it. It's rejuvenated me in many different ways, gives me many different insights. If my energies are interrupt or, you know, if I start to feel this something in my energetic body where I'm getting a little flustered or whatever, you know, I always realize it's not that outward world that's doing it. It's just a reflective part inward. So I need to
Sure.
go meditate and figure out.
Absolutely.
And saying, why am I feeling this? Why is this happening to me?
Good.
And then, you know, as I drop down into those states, kind of like we did today.
Yeah.
It'll start talking. It'll start coming in. It'll start, and then it's like, aha, okay, you know. And it's always appreciative and thank you, because you start to realize that insight that's there. So
Good. So you got something out of it for sure.
oh, without a doubt, yeah.
So do you recommend this for other people?
Oh yes, without a doubt.
So how did you get my session? Was it easy?
No, it's not easy. It was, you know, I was trying for a little bit.
Okay.
Trying for a little bit. I actually had the wife trying with me.
But don't give up.
Yes.
Because you got it.
Well, everything's perfect timing.
Yeah, it is.
Really, at the end of the day, everything's perfect timing. When it's set for you,
Yeah.
you know, things will align. Something that
Divine.
might sound difficult or is not going to happen, when it's your time, when that alignment happens for you, everything moves, it aligns, and it says, go do this now. And it just shows up and it happens. So,
Divine timing.
oh yes,
Divine timing.
indeed.
So thank you all for watching. If you want a session with me, just go to my website, albaweinman.com. He signed up for the newsletter there. That's how you do it. And
Indeed.
once a month, my newsletter goes out, and there's links to calendars there. So I hope I get to meet you either here in Florida or on Zoom. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye. Can I get a hug?
Yes, indeed. Thank you.